Welcome to today's episode of Beyond the Badge, where we're talking about our virtual reality simulator. Well, thanks for joining us today, where we can talk about our new Apex Officer Virtual Reality Simulator. Can you tell me more about how we acquired this equipment?
Yeah, absolutely. We were actually approached by donors that indicated they wanted to buy this for us, which is really kind of a reflection of the amount of community support that we have in this, in our community. We were able to purchase this, implement it. We started it in January of this year, and it doesn't replace anything that we do as far as training. It just allows us to do more training, and it allows us to do more frequent but lower duration training. So we can bring officers in off the road, have them go through 2 or 3 scenarios in 10 or 15, 20 minutes and put them right back out on the road. So we can do that more frequently, especially during the colder months when there's not as much going on out on the road.
And why is this going to be helpful for officers?
I think it's going to be helpful for officers because there are a lot of different environments here. I think there are 19 or 20 different environments, so we can put them in traffic stop exercises. We can have them do room clearing, different use of force options, including taser deployments, things like that. We actually used it during our in-service this spring to do our taser deployment exercises. And the best thing about it is if we don't have it projected up on the monitor, nobody in the room knows what's going on other than the officer who's actually in the headset themselves. So it allows us to provide a higher level of training more frequently to our officers so that they're better prepared to deal with what they experience on the road.
And so are there preset scenarios, or do we get to pick and choose what we want officers to experience?
Yeah, there are no preset scenarios. There are environments, behaviors, weapons, characters, start points. The combinations are almost endless. We can put them in an apartment complex. I can put them in a traffic stop in a neighborhood. I can have them in a shopping center. There are just a lot of different things that we can do. And again, once we put them in an environment, then we get to choose the behavior, whether it's an armed assailant with a rifle or a handgun, or weather conditions can change. I can change the time of day in most of the environments. So again, it's very flexible, very adaptable.
And then are officers able to communicate while they're using the simulator? Do they talk to the instructor or the person that's running the scenario?
Yeah, the instructor actually speaks for the actual character that they're interacting with. They also serve as dispatch. So if I have you in the sim, I'm giving you the dispatch information, and once you arrive on scene and you're communicating with the character, I'm speaking for the character. So it's all instructor driven as far as the behaviors and what you encounter when you arrive, so to speak.
So we can really focus on our communication skills and de-escalation techniques.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect.
And if you're using the proper communication skills and de-escalation techniques, the positive outcomes are more likely.
Excellent.
So.
Now, how can field training officers use this new tool that we have?
I think there's a very definite application for field training officers in terms of practicing traffic stops, in terms of practicing room clearing exercises. There's a lot of different environments to choose from and a lot of different decision-making things. Even if it's something as simple as complaint processing and investigation, where they have to go and talk with a character and gather information, that can all be done very easily and very quickly in the sim, where they're not having to worry about how they're affecting somebody out in public.
Nice.
So this is the apartment complex environment, and of all the environments that exist within the Apex Officer Simulator, this is probably the busiest in that each of these red circles is where I could position a character that we're going to be dealing with, whether it's, if we look over here under the behaviors, whether I'm dealing with somebody in crisis, a hostage situation, somebody who's mentally ill or intoxicated. Any of these red circles that I click on are where that person would spawn, so to speak, in a virtual world. Any of the white circles are start points where my officer will start. So you can see the flexibility of it. I haven't even gotten to the weapon systems. I haven't gotten to start points really. I haven't gotten into the suspects. I can actually add different props, so different weapons. I can add drugs or beverages or syringes, all kinds of different things I can add in. I can also add in additional characters. So if I were to put this in the parking lot, and I said, look, this is going to be a threat scenario, I could also drop in a squad car for them to use as cover in the virtual world. So that really is the flexibility of this environment. There's just a lot going on here, and the way that the apartment complex is built and scaled for a room our size, I can actually overlay the training space so that an officer can clear all the way through that apartment itself. So there's a lot of flexibility built in here, a lot of things that we can do, and I haven't gotten to probably 1/10 of this particular environment. There's just a lot going on here.
All right. Just let me know when you're ready.
We're ready.
Okay.
And he's got a broken bottle.
Okay, sir, I need you to drop that bottle. Drop the bottle for me, sir. Thank you. All right, now step away from the bottle. Step away from the bottle, put your hands on top of your head. Thank you, sir, I appreciate it. Now we'll go down on your knees for me and stay just like that. Thank you for your cooperation.
And just like that.
Do you want me to do the traffic stop now? Okay.
So his windows are up.
Okay. Hello, sir. Can you roll the windows down for me? Thank you. Hi, sir. Officer Man, Oshkosh Police Department. The reason I stopped you today is because you didn't come to a complete stop at that stop sign back there. Was there any reason for that?
No, I guess I didn't see it.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license with you and your proof of insurance?
Yeah, I do. It's in the glove compartment. Are you okay if I reach in there?
Yeah, you don't have any weapons on you, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay, sure. Yep, just reach for it slowly, please. All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us today for this episode of Beyond the Badge, focusing on our virtual reality simulator.